Guys, all right, we'll kick it off with a GU. GU is kind of the only one that I'm really looking at doing at the moment. So looking at what we have, obviously we had a bit of a sell-off yesterday. We are coming out of a bigger 4 hour area that sits about here like that. So very valid to have a bit of a sell-off where it is. And it may actually sell off entirely from where it is. It might not actually need to come up to this last area that I've got refined there. So looking to follow potentially with bearish outlooks as it does come through. However, I do believe that this area here will be a smart money trap, and that we may come up and mitigate this area here. We've obviously got a lot of bullish momentum, and the DXY continues to make sense to continue selling. So what I'm looking for today, understanding that this area here has a high probability of being a smart money trap. However, still understanding that this area here should also be a smart money trap, and that if we are going to continue selling, we'll need to induce this high and then get that sell off from this area, as this point is more or less retest. So what I'm looking for coming into today is sells from here or buys from in here. Now, I'm happy to buy from either the mitigation of this or the inducement of that demand area. Reason being, looking at the 5 minute, we do have this area here, which is a supply area, created a supply to demand, which did induce liquidity. What we've now done is we've created this internal retest point. So if we can induce this internal retest, get that mitigation, I'm going to see this as a two-leg out of a smart money point, internal inducement, mitigation of valid demand. I'm then happy to buy up from there. Obviously, the other side of that is if we do push through this area here, get that break to the downside, we'll be getting a good breaker structure out of this point, inducing a lot of sellers. I'm then happy to buy price up from there, and obviously work with what we've got. Obviously, again, like I said, if we just push through, I'm happy to sell from here, happy to sell from here, or even the inducement of this area. So just going to depend on which way we push first. We can look for like buys into sells, but I won't be looking for sells into buys. If we do take the high first and come down to here, I'll be looking to use this as a smart money trap, as it'll be going against this internal range and my belief of this point being a smart money trap and our potential read of this structure cycle holding. So that's the only way. The only way I'll be buying is if we come there first. So we just have to wait and see. The euro, I'm not going to touch. Yeah, the euro is just middle of nowhere. Structure's a bit wild. Don't have a whole lot of conviction on where it's going. I'm just going to be leaving it alone. I'm not going to be touching it. AU, if it wants to load, cool. So AU is still inside of that weekly supply area, obviously not looking like it's going to hold. I do see this point here as retest of that external 15-minute break. It is retest of that external 15-minute break. However, given the bullish momentum, we may not need to come all the way down here. So what I'd actually be open to is if we can come up from here, retest the break, either internally or externally create retest, I'm then happy to buy off the sweep of this, just following that momentum. I would much rather it come all the way down here, but if it does come all the way down here, it's not going to be for a little while, and we do have NFP tonight. So yeah, gonna have to, wait to see what AU is going to do there. Quite frankly, today GU is the only one that I'm kind of interested in. DXY, as I'll show you, just continues to melt. Yeah, it's inside a bigger area here, but it's been inside that point for a little bit now. Yeah, got a lot of liquidity above. So, sells make it coming up here does make sense, which obviously works with GU taking this and selling like that. That obviously makes sense. So good in that sense and from that side of things. But yeah, may just continue selling, which is obviously going to drive these up higher. If we also understand that we've got this area which is unmitigated and this area here which is unmitigated, they do line up there as well. DXY coming down further and GU pushing up a little bit higher. I believe that's the same on the euro. It's got that next point, not too far up. Yep, not too far up, that decisional area of that hourly external break that's yet to be mitigated. So see what it wants to do. News later. NFP day might be a little bit slow. Not going to be trading too late into the session. We'll monitor it. see what it does, but I'm really only looking for anything on GU right now.